So academic integrity matters in so many different ways here at the College of Western Idaho. There are instances where you're going to have that pressure in life where you're not sure if you can get work turned in on time or that the work can be of high quality. And it's going to put interesting tensions into the possible way that you would submit work. And so making that commitment from the beginning that you're willing to turn in work that may not be your best work, but it's honest work, will in the long term matter to you, because on the other side of that, when you do pass the class or when you do get the degree, you will know that you did it. And if you find yourself tempted to maybe hedge and not operate ethically, you may not get caught. You may pass the class. You may get the degree. But then when you graduate, there'll always be that little reservation and regret that the degree wasn't completely, honestly, fully yours.
And when we have integrity, people around us are proud to be our friends, have worked with us, have learned from us, or mentored us. And integrity in life is really everything. It defines who we are.
If you have integrity in your own actions, then others can count on you to be dependable.
Integrity matters in life everywhere. We have to be honest in our interactions with each other. It's, we tell little white lies sometimes, and those tend to cause the need for more white lies. And then you end up in this game of making excuses and continuing to try and perpetuate that deception, because it's easier than going back and admitting honestly that you didn't want to do something in the first place. It's just so much easier being honest. I know in interactions with myself, I much more appreciate somebody being just blunt and honest with me rather than stringing me along forever.
So integrity matters because you can take pride in your own accomplishments. You can feel good about yourself. You can help others. So it's not about getting ahead by stepping on other people, but it's about really being proud in what you've accomplished yourself.
I think having a long view of what kind of community do I want to be a part of, and what kind of identity do I want to have within that community. So not just this semester and the next, but I mean like career-wise. Like when I leave CWI, these people are going to be part of my network. They might be part of my network on LinkedIn or my social network elsewhere. But I'm building that brand for myself right now. And academic integrity is a place where it can show you exactly how to do that, I think, right? It's telling you, okay, like here's what it means to have a good reputation at CWI. And so it's an easy way to just go through a checklist and say, okay, like I need to do this, not do this. And what's important about academic integrity is that you're building a relationship with your instructors and other students at the same time around these areas. And at a certain point, your professors are going to look at you and say, you know what? Based on these standards, this student has an excellent brand. I trust them, and I want to recommend them for this or that position, right? And they'll maybe just volunteer, like, hey, I've seen your work. I see how diligent you are. I see how careful you are in attributing, thoughts to other ideas and then coming up with your own ideas in response to that. I trust you, and I want to like point you in the right direction. I like reach out to this person. I'm going to say you're a great student, and so it allows students to build their brand. So just having a long view, and so this doesn't always help, but that night before the exam, if you're tempted to come up with a system for cheating or for the essay, if you're tempted to kind of skimp on the citations or something, just go back to like, hey, what kind of brand do you want to have 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Because this is what you're doing right now has an impact on that. Unfortunately, it only takes a really small violation for everyone to collectively say, we don't want to recommend that person. right? Unfortunately, that's the case, and this happens in workplaces. This happens in higher education. So I think this is why violations around academic integrity matter so much, is because it is about reputational benefits, building your brands, but also hurting your brand and kind of destroying your reputation. So beyond just the cost to your GPA or to other forms of punishment, like the main cost for me is that you want to get to the next position in life, and you need other people to get you there. To do that, they need to trust you.
There's trust in any type of relationship that you have, and on the work in the work setting, on the job, if somebody comes to you and asks for something, or you say that you're going to do something, there's that trust that's built up because they know that you're approaching it with integrity. And it's basically somebody being able to count on you, that your word counts. And when there's a breakdown in that, then it's difficult sometimes to repair it. So it goes throughout relationships, and even the relationship you have with yourself, I think. When you know that you've approached something with integrity, then there's a certain pride in that.
Integrity matters in life as well. So it goes beyond just the borders of the classroom. You want to make sure that when you have relationships, that the people that are involved in your life have the trust that the things you say are accurate and that they can be believed. And I think that helps the sustainability of relationships across the long term.